I'll take anal bum cover for 7,000. Oh, that's an album.
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Rankum. This is going to be a fun one today. It's going to be talking about TV game shows. And I've got a great bunch of people here. Over here, I've got Austin. Austin, how's it going?
I'll take Rankum 12 game shows for 800, Malcolm. Is that what the category is tonight? Oh, okay, just making sure.
Also,
I was gonna make a no. I'm not gonna say that. Moving on.
also here we've got Richard. Richard, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm looking at the final wheel. People that annoy you. No, I'm gonna skip that one. No, it's gonna be great.
Potent potables for 1,000.
Yeah. Potent potables, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I loved game shows when I was a kid, and I'm excited to do this.
And we've got Jonathan here. Jonathan, how's it going?
So I'm going to wager my points on my whiteboard, and I give you my response of answer is nothing. So basically, I wager nothing. Very good, Malcolm. Same here. I grew up with game shows as younger. Even I once watched like old game shows in the Game Show Network, basically. Even outside of that, I watched many game shows of different varieties, basically. The syndication or off, basically. So I'm very intrigued about doing this topic along with it. So I'm very
and last but not least, we've got Jordan. Jordan, how's it going?
It's good. I'll take the penis mightier, please. I'm excited to do this. I think it'll be fun. I'll just say what I said in the chat. Just because it's been on for a long time doesn't necessarily mean it's good. I'll just say that. And also, happy Mother's Day.
And just because Jordan says that doesn't mean we won't outvote him. So
Sure.
don't let his threats of intimidation get you down.
There's not a threat of intimidation. No, nothing here, but
it's more.
We're also going to say happy Mother's Day. I got my Mama Boucher shirt on there. Foosball is the devil. We gotta appreciate your mothers today. So I hope y'all give them a call or tell them you love them, all that stuff.
100%.
And Brian put a comment in the chat that I wish I thought of for the before the show. We surveyed 5 people for the top 12 game show.
And here are the top 12 answers on the board. That's right.
With that Hell Show Roots is everyone is going to nominate a TV show that they think belongs on a top 12 list, and then everyone say yes or no to it. I'm going to Austin. I'm going to throw it to you first. What is the first show you're going to bring up?
Yeah, so I usually use my first vote to kind of pull one, personal favorite, but I also would argue it's one of the greatest game shows of all time. You have to include kids' game shows as well. And I, for my money, the greatest concept of a kids' game show, the greatest execution of a kids' game show is Legends of the Hidden Temple from Nickelodeon. I don't know a single 90s kid or even an early 2000s kid, as they were still running reruns, that didn't want to run the temple. You mix in a little historical elements, some trivia, a lot of little cool mini games, and the greatest 3 minutes to me in game show history with the actual tempo runs. Just an amazing concept that still lives in pop culture. Obviously, I have shirts. The shirts of this. You don't see a lot of Jeopardy shirts around. I love Jeopardy, but a lot of people wearing those shirts around. Nickelodeon even made the movie, a few years back, kind of still based on it. It's still very much relevant to this day. I think it's a show that will kind of live forever. Even on clips everywhere. So I'll shoot my shot for I think kids game shows deserve a shot as well on this list, and Legends of the Hidden Temple. Let's go.
I mean, it took me a while to realize there's Legends of a Hidden Temple shoot your head on it. At first glance, I thought it was a Survivor t-shirt.
No, it says the choices are yours and yours.
No, I know that now. But Richard, what do you say about Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Oh, it's 100% yes. I am # Team Purple Parrot. Always have been, always will be.
Nice.
Jonathan, what do you say about Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Personally, I'm more of a green team type of guy myself, but yes.
Green monkeys.
Green
Boo.
monkeys. Come on.
Hey,
It's all about the blue barracuda, son. Let's go.
Yeah. I'd rather choose the silver snakes if not the purple parrots.
All right, I will guess yes. Even though I didn't grow up with it watching the show, I did watch reruns of it back then when the Team Nick Network basically they used your old episode reruns of it. It seemed like a game show I will enjoy actually if I were going like a competition show with it. So I'll get yes for Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh yeah.
Jordan, what do you say about Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Yeah, Legend of the Hidden Temple with legendary host Kirk Fogg and I would have done
D. Bradley Baker as the voice of Olmec, great voice actor.
Yeah, right. And back in the day when I was a kid, I would have given a lot to run the temple for a chance to win like a mongoose bike or a Sony Walkman or like whatever prizes they had back in the 90s. So yeah, so it's a yes for me.
Yeah, and yeah, this is one of the shows I watched like as a kid. It's not the highest of the Nickelodeon game shows that I have. For me, there's another one that I watched a lot more that I might bring up.
Malcolm, who didn't say didn't have at least one other one on my list for later? Let's just put it that
Well,
way.
I mean, I'll probably get
same here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think Brian knows in the chat when you talk.
I think there's one more super obvious one that will highly likely will make this list at some point. Yeah,
I might have two more on my list. Maybe we'll see.
But yeah, I mean, Legends of the Hidden Temple is one that I watched a lot growing up. It's a bit lower on my list, but I'm still going to say yes to it. And yeah, and I didn't hate the sort of reboot that they did try to do recently that was short lived. But
I never got a chance to see that, but I want to check it out. I think it's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, but that Legends of the Hidden Temple is going to make the list. Which should we go to you next?
See, usually I would bring up the actual guarantee to be on this list, but since he brought up Legend of the Hidden Temple, I'm bringing up Guts. Did you have it? Did you have it? Guts! Another Nickelodeon kids show. I think everyone who grew up in the 90s wanted to compete on the show, wanted to take on the Crag, wanted to win a piece of that radical rock. You got Mo as the referee. I always forget who the main host is, but he's
Michael Malley.
Not Michael Malley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I was always wanting to be the purple team, the purple person, purple shirt, and I love Guts. And I think if Legend of the Hidden Temple was great, Guts was like the also great Nickelodeon game show that we need on
here. Jonathan, what do you say about Guts?
I'm actually going to yes. If you would have asked me like which kids game shows are number one for me, basically on it, Guts would be my number one. Actually, to be honest with you, this is basically a kid's version of American Gladiator is more safer this time, and basically I always really love the intrigue of Guts. Basically, free the different kids like competing all of it. Even they had like global Guts basically for all over the world, basically competing in competition shows and relays. So basically, I will give it to yes for Guts though, and I also this is one of my I didn't know at the time. I always know Michael Malley. Every time I see him around other things, I always think him as the host of Guts and not as an actor or a writer on that much show. Basically, there's a little props on that.
Jordan, what do you say about Guts?
So Guts is an interesting one for me because my thinking here is that I just don't want to overload the list with like too many Nickelodeon game shows, and I've got a couple other ones that I might even bring up maybe later on, and like I just don't wasn't as high. There's like two or three other Nickelodeon game shows I watch more than that. I mean, Guts is great, and I won't be mad if it makes the list. I'll be totally cool with it, but I'll give it a slight no, probably.
I mean, every time I see Mike and Malley, I think of Bert from Glee because I never watched. I never watched Guts growing up. So
that one came first. Like I think it came in the 80s or something.
No, 90s.
No, 90s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, felt like a little before my like when I was pretty young. One of the younger age ones for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, tear it up. Yeah, it was Yeah, it was early 90s. Like, because I think
Okay.
I only got Nickelodeon like in the late part of the 90s.
Same here, I think.
Yeah. So, Austin, what do you say about Guts?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm kind of with Jordan. I don't want to load it up, and if we're gonna have some, there's like basically one other one that I would almost want to be guaranteed, and then break off into the more mainstream stuff. Guts was on my like maybe list because I think it's really great. I have a Guts T-shirt, so I'm not against Guts. I think it's a great show. Yeah, I wanted to be on it, but just because I have more priority ones, I think I would want to get on before Guts. I'm gonna say no.
But if that Guts doesn't make the list, Jonathan, what is the next show you're going to bring up?
Okay. I think it's time to become Big Boys. Boys and game shows.
We can't really hear you. You are
Jonathan,
breaking up
picking up
terribly,
a little
Jonathan.
bit here.
Yeah, you're really breaking up.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Kinda,
yeah.
but if not, you might want to put it in the private chat or something just to make sure.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
we're voting on.
Okay. I'll say mine real quick. I'm picking one of the big boys, and ladies and gentlemen, Bob Barker Studio in CBS in Hollywood. Come on down to The Price is Right.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah, price right.
Okay.
And basically, and this is legit the very first game show I watched, basically. And the reason I said I know it very specifically because I think we all agree, like, we watch The Price is Right, we're very young, before school, or even get sick watching it, basically. And don't even hide the fact, basically. So I was a big admirer of The Price is Right. I love their games, basically, like your Plinko and Yodeling Guy, basically. And I love the contestants, basically. Every time their names just come on down, they act like a crazy maniac when you're going on contestants all along with it. Even I love the announcers, the two Rod Wrights and the Shields. And basically, I enjoy Bob Barker as the host, basically. Even I used to like do his little entrance when he comes in, though. So I always have a great admirer of the show. Even I love their specials where they run to, like the $1 Million Spectacular type of shows. So I just want to show one of the big boys now is right now is The Price is Right.
Jordan, what do you say about The Price is Right?
Yeah, Price is Right is an easy yes. It's the show that everybody watched when you stayed home sick from school or from work. You always watch The Price is Right, or it just came on like at some point. And yeah, like, I mean, who doesn't want to be in The Price is Right? Just feels like a game show that like anyone could compete in and do pretty well. And they got some fun ones. Yeah, like you mentioned, the like Yodely Guy one, or the or like Plinko, or there's some like pretty iconic ones, and it's fun to watch the compilation of like people getting excited and running up to the stage. There's one where like a big black lady like biffs it and like rolls like down a step or two or something.
Your buddy Aaron Paul was on the show earlier, remember?
Yeah, Aaron Paul was on it, so that's cool. Just as like a regular guy, not a celebrity, you know. So yeah, he almost won both showcase showdowns almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'll say yes. Yeah, it's an easy yes.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah.
So that means he's voting no. All right, so it's on to me. No, just kidding.
No, he just wanted to do that clip. I knew it.
No, of course.
No, I tried to find a different Price is Right clip. So I was trying to find the clip of
You could have done the How I Met Your Mother clip. The one with Neil Packer.
That was the one I tried to find, but I just couldn't find.
Oh.
Can I tell you a fun fact about the Happy Gilmore thing? Because like after when it came on, though, you notice if you watch like Price is Right episodes of the late '90s, all the way to Barker's retirement in 2007, you could tell they're more like teenagers and college grad students come on the show thanks to that movie, basically. So it starts to sort of notice, basically.
And if you watch the TV version of Happy Gilmore, he goes, "The price is wrong, Bobby." Like they like totally censor it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've actually never watched The Price is Right. Like, it's one of those game shows I'm familiar with, but it's just either it's just one of those ones that I never caught on TV or that around, and but the only sort of familiarity I have with it is from How I Met Your Mother, just because I'm pretty sure they actually filmed that scene at an actual taping of The Price is Right as well.
Yeah.
But I'm just because I'm familiar with it, I do think it's like the various clips I've seen is good. I'll give it a slight yes. Austin, what you say about the Force is right.
No, it's 100. This is one of like the shoe-ins of this list that has to
Yeah.
be kind of on here easily. Like it should have just been like on tournament fights where we go. Is anybody not voting yes
Yeah,
for
right.
Price is Right? Okay, great. Moving on. Because
Come
yeah,
on.
I mean, not only has it been on for what, like 50 years or whatever. Yeah, it's still survived even through Bob Barker passing it on to Drew Carey, who's doing a great job, by the way. Yeah, amazing, great games. That are always fun. Great excitement. Yeah, one of the best shows on TV, easily. So yeah, 100%.
And Richard, what do you say about the Price is Right?
I mean, it's an easy yes. I mean, Price is Right is, I call it the Big Four. It is one part of the Big Four. And from Jordan's comment, like, I wanted to be on the show, but now as an adult, when I found out how much taxes you have to take out from winning all those prizes, I would go on the show, but only pray to only get the money. Like the ones where it's just the money, the Plinko.
Yeah, you want to play Plinko, or you want to play like the $25,000,
or when you punch the hole.
Yeah, just one of those where it's all money.
Yeah.
I always hope they can bring back the $1 Million Spectacular back. They were always fun.
Yeah.
But with that, the Price is Right is going to make the list. Jordan, we go to you next.
All right. So I'm gonna start with one of my kind of unconventional ones, and this is hands down my favorite game show I've ever watched. It is just so good. But there's this game show called The Moment of Truth, where literally they put these people in a freaking lie detector and they ask them trivia questions, but they're also asking them questions that are breaking up families and breaking up relationships and ruining marriages. They're saying, have you ever cheated on your spouse? Like, do you have a second family? Have you ever stolen money from anyone? Have you done you've committed crimes? You've done all these things, and they literally had to take this show off the air because it was ruining people's lives and really messing people up. And it was so engaging to watch, and just so I was on the edge of my seat just seeing what kind of family or couples lives are they going to ruin tonight. So it is always great. It's just really kind of had you on the edge of your seat. So yeah, I'm gonna go with The Moment of Truth.
Yeah, this is one that I remember watching, and
I think it was a Mark Wahlberg one, wasn't it? The one that was not the actor, but the actual other Mark Wahlberg host.
I was just about to say
it was an early 2000s Fox production when they were throwing shit at the wall, literally, and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, and it was great, and I loved every minute of it.
I mean, it's actually based on a Colombian.
Sorry, I got kicked out. What was Jordan's shit pick?
The moment of
shit.
The Moment of Truth. The lie detector game show.
That literally ruined people's lives and separated families and couples because they had to admit.
Yeah. I will say that this is what I remember watching. It just didn't come to my mind purely for that reason. And also I'm saying no, it's there's a reason this is short-lived, and it wasn't because it's a good show.
Well, don't you want to watch the mockery and people getting screwed over?
I love it. It was just very mean-spirited that it just wasn't entertaining. Austin, what do you say about The Moment of Truth?
Absolutely not. There's no way in hell I'm saying yes to this show. This show, look, the point of a game show is and the ones I want to put on this list are ones I would want to be on and enjoy myself and have a good time and win some prizes, not potentially completely break up my entire family tree and sever all ties with anybody I know and just ruin everyone's lives involved. There's a reason that show was condemned when it came out. It lasted 6 episodes. Nobody liked it. It was garbage. The clips that exist, the comments are ridiculous. It's oh my god, and all the updates are everybody's lives was ruined. That's not what I want to watch. I don't want to watch people be miserable on a game show. I want to watch people having fun. I want to watch the audience having a good time. This is the Jerry Springer of game shows. So absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and people love Jerry Springer. Come on.
No. At least Jerry Springer is a work, it's rigged, it's fake, it's not real people ruining their lives. This was when Fox
what
was
real
just
drama and
the
real
dirt worst
entertainment is,
network
like, all
on
about.
television as far as like garbage like they were throwing. It's no,
Yeah.
no, 1,000 times no.
And Richard, what do you say about the moment of truth?
No.
Aw.
And Jonathan, what do you say about the moment of truth?
Okay, to be honest, I had naturally never heard, but the way you describe it makes me intriguing itself, though. I would say
It
those
is.
when people are miserable, though, or people are really pieces of shit. But that's besides the point. But no, though. But I just they sound like I agree. It sounds like I don't want something miserable to watch unless the people deserve it. I don't feel like it was meant to be there, literally, though. So no.
Yeah,
It's about what you want to watch, not what you want to be on. I mean, come on.
I want to be on some of these shows. It's a game show.
but even then, why would you want to watch people ruin their life?
Yeah, I don't want to watch people ruin their lives for real.
It's such good, like compelling entertainment. What are they going to say next? What juicy, like, secrets are they going to spill to their spouse or whatever?
Well, Eddie, I mean, the last thing on this is that when you've got an episode that even the host doesn't want to air because he felt uncomfortable, it's like
there was another show back in the day that was like that. Except it ruined people's show. It only lasted like 6 episodes. Except it was kind of like the Newlywed Game, but it was with 3 people.
Oh,
it was like with his wife and with their secretary, and they had to match each other's.
Jesus.
Eddie, okay, moving on.
The thruple game. Yeah.
I'm going to bring up a show that I'm not sure people have seen, just because it is a British show, but it is around the world as well. But I'm bringing up The Chase. Like the Chase is a show that I like watching a lot, and as you'll see with a lot of my other picks, like I really love trivia game shows, and that.
That's the one that has the Beast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They brought that to America too.
Yeah, it's in America.
But yeah, but Bradley Walsh, he's the host of the British one. I'm not sure if he's the host in the American version as well. But with Bradley Walsh specifically, there's sometimes I feel like the questions that they put in these shows, like some of them are strategically planned to try and make them break. I couldn't find the most example, but I do find that
chocolate salty balls.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I just knew the answer. It definitely is chocolate salty balls.
It's not fresh juicy melons.
It's not fresh juicy melons, no. It's chocolate salty balls.
The correct answer is... Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, thank God.
but I mean, I don't. But it's even some of the other multiple choice options, like hot spices, sausage, fresh juicy melons, like they're just some of those questions designed to make and break. Sometimes I think, but it's just a fun concept, like having just a trying to form a team to try and take down this big, intelligent sort of person. It's just a fun concept. But Osmond, what do you say about The Chase?
So yeah, The Chase is one I put on my kind of extended list of 16 or 17 or whatnot, and kind of in that category of if somebody brought it up, I'd probably say yes to it. And well, I'm a man of my word, Malcolm. You brought it up, so I'll give it a yes. Now I will say if it makes the list, it's probably going to be a little bit lower, just because I don't feel it's like as iconic. But I really like that show. I think it's kind of a newer trivia version of like, yeah, let's pit these people against like the best trivia player ever, or whatever the concept, whoever the beast is on whatever version you're watching, because I know it's different for each country. But yeah, I mean, yeah, trying to beat this person and see, if anybody can do it and kind of work your way up the hill and whatnot. Yeah, I really like the concept. I think it works as a trivia show, and there's a reason why it's kind of a global show now. So yeah, I'll give it kind of a slight yes. Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Richard, what do you say about The Chase?
Oh God, this is hard because I was either going to have this on my list or Win Ben Stein's Money. It's both very similar in its aspects.
Don't spoil the rest of my list.
Yeah,
I love both these shows. They're both like similar, where you have to try to beat out the genius or like beat out someone who's like known for being really smart. I am going to give it a slight yes because it is a really fun show. Whenever I saw it on Game Show Network, I would always tune in to watch it. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'll give it a slight yes.
Jonathan, what do you say about the chase?
It was on my list, but I was conflicted with that one or another British TV show with a similar trivia answer up to it. If somebody I'm referring to, I might bring it up later on. I'm gonna be more of a wild card here and give it a slight no. Although, if my other choice was brought up earlier and they would get a no on that one, I would have said yes. But right now, I'll give it a slight no.
Jordan, what do you say about the chase?
I remember watching it back in the day. I didn't see too many episodes, like 5 or 6 episodes, something like that. It's one of those one. I did like a fair amount of research for this, and I went back and watched episodes of shows or ones that I haven't heard of that could be potentially make the list and that kind of thing. But I didn't go back and watch the chase, and it's probably one I need more of a refresher of before I would say yes to it. So I'll say no for now.
But the chase is going to make the list regardless. And just a quick side note, I did look up the American one, just have a look at the chases. Some of the chases going to have appeared on another show that is probably going to come up later on, most definitely. But also move back to you.
Big bucks, no whammies, and stop. Come on, let's go with a little Press Your Luck. Again, one of the most exciting game shows of the 80s. I love the whammy concept. I'm a big cartoon, like Looney Tunes fan, so I love the fact of the whammy animations. Yeah, again, another one that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Get a little bit of trivia to kick it off in between each rounds, and then it's the main event, man. The big board, the randomness of it. Yeah, the fact that they can lose everything right there or keep going. They're making a movie that's coming out soon about the Michael Larson scandal, the guy who memorized the board and broke the bank.
Ice cream truck dude.
Yeah, the ice cream truck driver, and played by none other than Paul Walter Hauser, which is perfect casting. Perfect casting. So yeah, Press Your Luck, still great. Again, multiple incarnations. They did the Whammy show on the Game Show Network. About 20 years later, they've still done some of the primetime specials and whatnot. Brought it back a little bit, but yeah, so iconic. Like I think again, a really creative game show that still holds up and is still a ton of fun to watch. So yeah, let's go Press Your Luck.
Richard, what do you say about Press Your Luck?
Oh, it's a yes for me. I love that show as a kid, like watching the reruns, and then I actually watched that documentary of Michael Larson, and it's really sad to hear what happened to him afterwards. Like he made all of his winnings that he won, put him in his singles to win another a phone contest. He left with his wife, and he came back. It was pretty much all stolen. And unfortunately, now he passed away. I forgot what year he passed away. But yeah, it's a yes. I love that show. I mean, it was just a fun concept. I wish it was still around. I would love to have been on that show too.
Yeah.
Well, they have hosted by Elizabeth Banks. I don't know if that's still on the air or not, but they had that for a little bit.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, what do you say about Press Your Luck?
Actually, we'll give it a yes. Actually, it's like one of the classic '80s game shows that if I were around the '80s, I would have competed and basically played. It's such an awesome concept in general. Basically, like you guys use it very carefully in time and possession. Basically, if you guys may succeed, it's a win, lose, high reward type of scenario. It was certainly answer questions. A very underrated game show hosted by Pierre Tamarkin, and basically brings like the favorite cartoon iterations of the Whammy stuff. So, okay, yes, for Press Your Luck.
Jordan, what do you say about Press Your Luck?
So I like Press Your Luck, but I mean I've got a lot of stuff on my list, and like a lot of stuff that I have ranked quite a bit higher. But probably my favorite iteration was when they did. They called it Whammy, the all new Press Your Luck. That was like I think like late '90s, early 2000s, where they did like 3D animations of like the little animal is that they have that comes out the whammy. I don't even know what it was, like a lion or I don't know what it is, a cat or some kind. But yeah, so that was fun. But I just have quite a few things higher than that, so I would give it a no.
I wish I found the no Remy's clip, but
Look up if you can pull stuff fast. Look up breakdancing Whammy. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, it's one of those ones I don't trust my computer enough to try and break stuff.
Oh man, if this was my stream, I'd be having some whammy clips like ready to rock. You know what I mean? Just boom, boom, boom.
My favorite Ramy of it is the Tarzan one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen that Tarzan one.
He runs into the elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a show I'm familiar with. I've just never seen anything of it. I've seen the that famous one that that everyone's that movie's been made of, but I haven't seen much else of it, so I probably would have just given a slight no. But
there's a lot of scandals like that. They got like a Price is Right scandal. They had like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the British version scandal, where they're coughing in the crowd. That kind of stuff.
Even like on the movie Quiz Show, it started based on a game show in the 1950s.
Yeah, but Presley Arc is still going to make the list. Richard, we go back to you for your next nomination.
I'm going to bring in I'm going with Wheel of Fortune. Two of the most iconic hosts of all time, Pat Sajak, Vanna White. It's a show I wanted to grow up because, I mean, anyone can spell. What's always great is everyone going to YouTube channels and watching all those funny clips of people missaying the words. I mean, there is not such an iconic game show than Wheel of Fortune. There's another one that will probably definitely be mentioned. But, you know, Wheel of Fortune was one of my favorite kid shows growing up. Still one of my favorite shows watching. If I see it on, I turn it on and watch it.
Jonathan, what do you say about Wheel of Fortune?
Yes, I will give it a yes. I love Wheel of Fortune. I used to watch like basically almost every episode when my late grandmother, my aunt, my sister, and my cousins upstairs would that and Jeopardy back to back basically before 8 o'clock happened on ABC. So basically, we watch that show and we have a little fun games along with it. So I have a soft spot for that show and also Jeopardy too. So I'll give it a yes for Wheel of Fortune.
Jordan, what do you say about Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, for me, I think Wheel of Fortune is just the most cookie cutter game show. I'm just kind of looking for more things that are like entertaining and unique for me, and it just doesn't really like do it for me. I mean, my favorite thing is on the Family Guy when they spoof it. Like Peter's doing the final thing. He's like, I'll take a Q, another Q, a third Q, and the Batman symbol, and then he's like, they're trying to pick up prizes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take the vacuum cleaner. I'll take the statue of a dog. That little guy up in the circle there. Peter, that's you. Sorry, oh, sorry, but yeah, I just like and not a fan. Like, it is fun to play, but I can't sit there and watch it. It's just one that just bores me. So no, it's a no.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune is another one of those shows that I watched a lot growing up, and it's one of those ones like a very like most meme moment is at least in New Zealand anyway. I don't know if this clip's got over to the States, but famous boxer David Tool was on in the episode back in the day. It was like and like he said, "Oh yeah, I'll take an O for awesome," and it's
Awesome.
So it's one of those ones that, and once again, a lot of the famous moments of Wheel of Fortune involves people not being able to spell and saying the wrong thing. But yeah, it's going to be an easy use for me for Wheel of Fortune. Austin, what do you say about Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, it was one that I kind of casually watched off and on. And yeah, it's amusing for the most part. And when I get into it, I'll get into it. But yeah, if this is an all-time list, kind of a top 12 game shows, I think this is one of the staples. It kind of has to be on there. So I'll say yes.
For that, Wheel of Fortune is going to make the list. Jonathan,
I don't think I can vibe with my picks.
Nope. Go ahead. Bring up whatever other show that lasted 4 episodes. Keep going, Jordan. No, I like it.
I don't vote for Iconic. Like Iconic has nothing for me on this.
This is the top 12 game shows. This is literally the top 12 iconic game shows.
Yeah, not top 12 iconic game shows. Just top 12 game shows you like. So
I was just
it's top
Jordan,
12.
Jordan, it's going to be a long night for you then, buddy. So sorry. It's the wrong episode for you to sign up for.
All the ones that have been on a long time, besides Price is Right, spoiler, it'll be a no for me.
Anyway,
I'm keeping a list of
anyway,
everything that Jordan says no to, and then I'll recap it at the end of the show.
Yeah.
For a top 12 game show episode, I'm gonna keep track real quick.
Anyway, Jonathan, what is the next show you're going to bring up?
You know, it's funny.
Unique.
This isn't top 12 unique game shows. It's top 12 game shows, Jordan.
Best game shows. The best game shows, like, it's not just because they were on a long time. I don't know.
It's been on a long time because people consider it the best.
No, because it's easy to make a show where people just flip or letters and numbers over and over.
They're not going to keep doing it if no one watches it.
Started in the 70s, Jordan. What do you want them to do? Start in the 70s.
Yeah, but
okay. This is awkward for me because, funny enough, I'm gonna pick a game show. Actually, start in the 60s technically, and look, it's simple on the surface though. They've been around like 4 decades.
Don't say what I think you're gonna say, please.
And also, it's sort of a rival.
You say whatever you want, Jonathan. Don't let Jordan intimidate you.
I'm not friends. All right. Have a quick revival like the late 90s and early 2000s, and also recently announced a few days ago they could bring it back on ABC basically with Drew Barrymore. I think maybe the host or one of the Square stars, and I'm talking about the Hollywood Squares itself. And the reason why I picked the Hollywood Squares in general is, on the surface, it's basically tic-tac-toe with stars. But what's so unique about it is basically you have some stars of any kind basically help you with some out-of-nowhere questions, sort of like a true or false question, or basically some obscure ones that basically usually not only the stars had to figure it out, but also had to do it in sort of a humorous way. That's what basically with what Paul Lynde in the original, with host by Peter Marshall, and this basically sort of the revival with Whoopi Goldberg and host Tom Bergeron, basically. And I was so excited that I heard that this show is coming back basically on ABC when it just was announced a few days ago. I was like, yes, there's only one game show I want to revive, this game show in general. So I would go my selection for the Hollywood Squares.
Jordan, what do you say about Hollywood Squares?
Well, you actually picked a good one. I actually love Hollywood Squares. Hollywood Squares is great because you have trivia, but then you're also have huge set pieces that are like really fun and really cool. They're climbing up in this big almost like a building type of thing, and then you have like stand-up comedians. You have people that are like cracking jokes and like having a good time, having fun, and I think that it's a good time. And yeah, I really I dug it back when they had Tom Bergeron hosting and they had Whoopi Goldberg as a center, and you get people like that you don't really get to see a lot, like Bruce Valanche and Martin Mull or Caroline Ray or some of those like 90s comedians, all those people. So yeah, I'll say yes to Hollywood Squares because I'm curious what they would do it with a modern spin. I'm also excited it's coming back. So yeah.
I knew it. Yeah.
And we just recently talked about this on Friday with Brian versus
Brian's
Hollywood game shows, or as it was known, as it was known for me, Celebrity Squares. Yeah, it was a really fun show, and Drew Barrymore was going to be the center square on the reboot.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's one of those shows that I watched a lot, and I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, it's a yes for me. Austin, what do you say about Hollywood Squares?
Yeah, it's on my extended list. Yeah, and I think most of the incarnations they've done have been a lot of fun. The older ones with Paul Lynde were a good time. Yeah, the ones with Gilbert Gottfried and Whoopi Goldberg and all that stuff was great. When they brought it back, and I'm sure the new one will be successful as well. There's a whole new crop of celebrities and comedians and musicians, whoever you can put on the show. There always is every couple of generations. So it's on my extended list. So I'll give it a yes.
I reckon they'll at least get John Cena on once as well in the week.
Oh yeah, sure.
But we won't be able to see him.
Yeah, it'd be an empty square. What's going on?
Where is it?
It's a free
space.
space.
A hilarious joke if they just square.
You just know whoever's the host is going to make
John, what do you say?
Really but Richard, what do you say about Hollywood Squares?
Yeah, it was kind of on my extended list. It was always fun to watch. Yeah, I would have given it a yes.
That Hollywood Squares is going to make the list. Jordan, what is your short-lived game show going to be?
Well,
what's your next game show we're all going to say no to? Go ahead.
Well, I think I have one that you might say yes to, maybe, but it's one that I watched like religiously as a kid. I even had like a computer game version of it. It was on PBS. I'm gonna go with Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? So like that show was a lot of fun. Like they do a lot of really cool things with like geography. They got Greg being the really cool host with like the cool little hat he had on. Then you have the chief back in the room, the little whatever her little office room is, and then you have the gumshoes trying to solve crimes. You had Vic the Slick, or you had a bunch of the crazy
Jordan. Can I do one for you?
Yeah.
Double troubles.
Yeah.
In jail.
Yeah. Classic. Yeah, and then move to these different rooms, and then at the end they go on a big map of the United States, and then they ask questions. You have to go and I know that at least it was in the United States. It might have been the world that they had, a world map maybe, but they would just run to different countries and places and try and give their answers by just running all over this big map. And that's where the studio audience was. You see them out there. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I'll go with Where in the World is Carmen San Diego.
Yeah. I can't believe I didn't think about this when I was making my own. Because I went down the list of the game shows. I thought for some reason this wasn't on it, or it was just in a different category. But yeah, this is one.
Whoa, easy people.
Oh,
turn your volume down, people. We're gonna play videos.
Someone's playing Pokemon Go. Yeah.
You can't prove that.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, I love watching this show growing up. It was just a lot of fun. And yeah, so this is an easy yes for me. Austin, what do you say about Where in the World is Carmen?
This is one I added to my list this morning because I just popped into my head. I'm kind of on the fence about it. It's kind of on my extended list, if that makes sense. Because yeah, it was fun as a kid. It was informative. Rockapella's fun. It's a very cheap game show, though. It's very cheap. You can tell it's made by PBS. It's a very cheap game show.
Well, it's also the 80s too.
Man, as far as all timers, no, but I really like it. It's a good show, but I like it. I'm gonna say no, though. No.
Richard, what do you say about Where in the World is Carmen?
Oh, it's a yes for me. The theme song itself freaking steals the show for me.
Yeah.
I love the theme song. I always had it on my iPod. I love the show too. I'm pretty sure all the kids. I'm pretty sure all the kids were coached on geography because no one knew geography back then. I still don't. I still try to figure out how the hell they knew all that shit. Yeah, but it's an absolute yes. It was on my list.
You can see the kids every time the final map was Africa. Just go, son of a bitch.
Granted, it's probably going to be. It's probably going to be number 12 on the list, but it's definitely going to be good.
Yeah, it might be near the top of the list, but all right, like at 12 or whatever. But okay.
Well, she slinks around the world from New York to Carolina. That's a really catchy theme song.
What do you say about Where in the World is Carmen San Diego?
You know, the funny thing is, I know the song every time, but not the game show itself, though. I'm very tempted to do it because this is actually a very good one, actually. You know, game shows
well, spoilers, you already made the list, so you can.
Yeah.
You know what, Jordan? I'll throw you a bone and I'll give it a yes. Since you said yes on the Hollywood thread, I'll throw you a yes on Carmen San Diego.
See, they're all not going to be totally obscure.
Where in the World is Carmen San Diego is going to make the list.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah, right. Sounds good. I'm okay with one.
I wish I had the clip from Ghostbusters. We got one.
Yeah, right.
Yes. But if they're on, I'm going to go for another show that is currently hosted by another member of Billy. Funny enough, I'm bringing up The Weakest Link, which is which I think it was just rebooted recently with Jane Lynch hosting it, which is a perfect choice of host, to be honest.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But this is another one of those shows that I really enjoyed watching growing up. Like I haven't seen a lot of the American one, but I've seen like the full episodes that they put up on YouTube of the WWE versions. I think the most recent one had Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch going up against each other with New Day may or may not be colluding with each other about who to vote off. But
Speaking of wrestlers, in the new reboot, they had Jay Washington on. He was a contestant on like the Jane Lynch one, so it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, Weakest Link just and there's always a lot of fun just watching them vote off the complete wrong person because they think it's the weakest link. And just the sass from the host, whether it's Ann Robinson or Jane Lynch, like being like, you voted off the strongest link, you're dummies, or something.
Yeah,
to that effect. But Austin, what do you say
Who's
about
one
the
French
weakest
fry
link?
short of a Happy Meal, or they use all those kind of weirdo like insults? Yeah.
I think Weakest Link is one of the most frustrating game shows on television. I've never been a fan. I don't like that show. I don't like how it just makes me want to scream at the screen. And nobody wins any decent amount of money on that show because they're all dummies and they vote off the smartest people immediately, which is stupid. And I think if the lady hosting it is one of the ugliest people I've ever seen and is insulting people, to me it's like, bitch, like shut up. Like, just knock it off. Like, stop this crap. Like, I'm gonna smack you in the mouth. I don't like that show at all. So it's a hard
Hashtag
no
Austin
for me.
hates British people. Got it.
Ann Robinson was a national treasure. She was awesome.
No, it's a big no for me. No.
Richard, what do you say about the weakest?
I'm in the quite opposite. I absolutely love the show. I love the fact they kept on voting the smartest people because they were smart. They were thinking ahead. They want to win the money. And it was great. And whenever someone got a question wrong when they forgot to bank, beautiful to my ears. I love playing the video game. It's a yes for me. 100%. Anne is I think, probably one of the most underrated game show hosts of all time.
Agreed.
Jonathan, what do you say about the weakest link?
So basically, we all agree here is Austin is pretty much the weakest link.
Yeah, Austin, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So basically,
I didn't nominate the lie detector one, so I'm not the weakest link so far. So you are the weakest link, and I'm telling you.
Think of entertainment, pure entertainment.
And I'm also not the one who said no to Pressure Luck, Wheel of Fortune, and The Chase so far. So no thanks. I'm not the weakest link.
I like to have fun.
Sorry, I just want to get that out of the way. All right. Okay, that being said, actually, I mentioned earlier, basically, when The Chase brought up another British show, basically, it's a little trivia thing. The weakest link is the other. And that being said, I will give it a yes. And basically, I think the whole point of the weakest link, though, is more frustrating, but at the same time, you get out of that frustration. So that's the funny thing you brought that up is the basic thing on the weakest link is basically it doesn't maybe more matter of the money is. It's sort of how you know about how to stop for the bottom, basically. So that's always one of my things I admired about the show. Basically, I used to watch it like old reruns. Even they had specials like back on NBC a few years back, basically about different iterations of the weakest link. You mentioned the WWE one. How about the original one, basically back in like 01, basically. That was some a little funnier responses, and even some other guests outside of that. So basically, I'll give it a yes for the weakest link.
And Jordan, what do you say about the weakest link?
Yeah, it's an absolute yes. Like, I love the weakest link. I love just seeing people out there sweating and like insulting each other and like the host like throwing out insults. And yeah, like they just want to be the last one standing so they could be the one to take home the grand prize. And yeah, like it is kind of frustrating when like someone doesn't bank and like they're getting a lot of questions right and then they forget to bank and then they just get it wrong because you're under pressure and you just forget that kind of stuff. And then or just people that give kind of dopey answers sometimes. And like it's kind of interesting to see how it plays out because some episodes they would vote out the smartest people, but then other episodes you'd have people that are thinking they'd be like, you know what, this guy's gonna get me a lot of money, so I'm gonna keep them around and vote the weaker ones off. They would kind of go both ways sometimes, and I thought that was great. And I think Jane Lynch, yeah, that's the perfect host for something like this. I love Jane Lynch. I'm a big fan of her. So yeah, I'll say yes pretty easily.
But Austin, we go to you next. What was the next show you're going to bring up?
Let's get the other kids' game ones that we were all thinking about. Double Dare. Let's get Double Dare on this list with the great Mark Summers. This is another one that anytime anybody would watch it, you want to be on that show, run that obstacle course, do those physical challenges. You still got the trivia aspect, which is a lot of fun with the back and forth, the dares and the double dares and whatnot. I think Mark Summers is one of the great hosts, like should be included among the great hosts of all time. He's really charismatic, completely smooth. I've never seen the dude stumble on anything. He's amazing, or have any kind of misstep. Another one that's kind of lasted the test of time too. You had Super Sloppy Double Dare, Family Double Dare, Double Dare 2000 with Jason Harris, and then the kind of recent reboot where Mark Summers was the announcer, kind of like the Harvey of the show, and they let him host a couple of times, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, Double Dare. I've even seen it on other like mainstream lists. As far as like the greatest game shows of all time, because again, a great concept and a lot of fun. So Double Dare.
Richard, what do you say about Double Dare?
It's a no for me. I didn't like Double Dare. It's a knockoff Family Feud, just with slime. And I mean, it was. I watched it, but it wasn't my show. Guts was my show. And I understand the appeal if it goes through. That's fine. It was very iconic.
Did Family Feud do slime and physical challenges? How is it?
Yeah, but it was the family. It was trivia. It was trivia with the family aspects, and they work together with the trivia. It's basically Family Feud.
I see zero connection between that and Family Feud.
Oh,
Family Feud would be way better if they added slime and physical.
Yeah, like oh my god, Family Feud.
Dude, they start off answering trivia in where the whole little row. It's basically Family Feud. I'm just saying that the obstacle course was the new aspect. Yes. But again, like it wasn't my game show at the time. But I understand it's probably going to go through. So, but for me, it's a no.
Jonathan, what do you say about Double Dare?
When I was thinking like Nick game shows, and the first one that comes to my mind, surprisingly, Guts is not the one I was. I mean, Double Dare is not the one I can think of, or even the third one, to be honest with you. So, not because I don't enjoy watching it, I still enjoyed it once in a while, but. It's not the ones I don't know, the something, maybe I enjoy like other game shows a little bit more. Although it's a little fun to some of the challenges, some of creatively though, I will give it that, but I'll give it a tentative no, unfortunately. So I'll give it a no.
Jordan, what do you say about Double Dare?
Well, I'll say yes. I think Double Dare rules. I think that it's awesome. It's so much fun. It's one of those ones you want to be on, and you want to do the obstacle course. You want to compete and all that stuff. And then they have the trivia aspect where you can kind of play along at home. And then yeah, Mark Summers. Like I agree with you, Austin. He's one of the like all-time greatest hosts. Like I mean, he was so good that I would watch that show. Oh, I forget where he like talks about different products being made or like that was on the Food Network. He had one, I think it's called Unwrapped. I actually have like a season of that on DVD just because of Mark Summers and yeah, and also he has a great feud, the late night feud with Burt Reynolds. That's a lot of fun. Speaking of Mark Summers, but yeah, the show overall is great, and yeah, it's an easy yes for me.
Yeah, this is one of those ones like if we were doing top shelf game show hosts, I definitely would have suggested Mark Summers. Unfortunately, this isn't the other Nick show that I've actually got like the highest on my list. Like it's one I watched and I did enjoy it enough, but I'm also going to say no, unfortunately.
Oh my god, really? For Double Dare?
Double Dare,
the greatest.
That
Are
is
you all
crazy.
out of your minds? Jesus.
Yeah. I think we're crazy here.
All right, take a note of that, Malcolm, because you're going to be explaining yourself in the poll when Double Dare is not in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Richard, what is your next nomination?
Trying to think. I got one. I love this show. Like they're both the British and the American one. I actually watched the documentary of the cheating scandal from the British show. I'm going to go with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's a very simple aspect. You know, you're answering trivia, but you have lifelines. I mean, we had the most iconic game show like host in the America till he reaches filming. It was such fun.
Yeah.
The documentary of the cheating schedule. I watched that. It was wow. And but I mean, I think it's a very underrated. A lot of people loved it early 2000s. I think it's still a very underrated game show. When you win the million, you feel like you're on top of the world. And I'm gonna go with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what do you say about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Funny enough, I was going to bring this up in my next, so I will give it a yes because I always have a soft spot. I've always want to be a millionaire though, and the weird thing about Millionaire is more influential than more people give it a credit for because when it first aired, like the 1999, basically, it was sort of like the first time in a very long time we have a premiere game show premiere in prime time on a major network, basically. So that was sort of a big deal around that point there, and basically it got huge mega ratings, basically, and everyone was just talking about it. And the reason why you mentioned it was sort of an underrated part of it because the next year following that, in the year 2000, they were putting in the summer, and it kind of got lost out to a certain show, a similar game show adjacent, if they have to, in the 2000s, so-called, maybe call it Survivor. What's it called, though? So it stole half of the ratings there because of sort of the teenager demographic approach. But that being said, I actually agree. Richard Feldman is one of my personal favorite game show hosts, basically, to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, though. It brings, basically, is you had to call one roll with it. And they do bring back that game show just for a charity thing. I wish they could bring it back, basically, like a fully basis, though. So I always have a admire for that show. I go, yes, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Jordan, what do you say about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is awesome. Like it's probably got to be one of the highest rated game shows of all time. Like it just like I really did a lot for ABC and yeah, Regis Philbin, he's a great host and my dad actually famously he almost made it onto Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's a series of calls you have to answer against other people on a big group call. He made it to the very final question and wasn't fast enough. He still got it right, but he wasn't fast enough. So he almost made it on, but yeah. But just one that's really fun to play along with. Even the video games are entertaining enough to want to play them, and especially that first guy that won the $1 million. His name was John Carpenter. He's named after a famous a director where he has the same name, and then he just uses it no lifeline until the very end. The $1 million question just calls his dad. And he's like, "Yeah, Dad. I don't really need your help. I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to win the $1 million." I was like, that is a badass game show moment, right?
I like a baller move, like a Mike.
Yeah.
My favorite one was when they did the celebrities, and Norm Macdonald was the last one.
Oh yeah, he's just sitting there forever. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, but yeah, and it also lives on in syndication with different.
Oh,
Picture's frozen.
Is he frozen, or is it just me?
He's frozen.
I think
I'm
it's
assuming he's
Jordan.
voting yes. So
Yeah. But yeah, we'll go back to Jordan once he sort of unfreezes. But I love the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is one that I watched a lot growing up, and yeah, it's one that I just really enjoy, and it's going to be yes for me. Also, what it's about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I might have given it a slight no just because I find the show kind of boring. I don't like the fact that they could take an hour to answer the question. It takes forever for them to kind of get any momentum going. I think it would be better if they had kind of a time limit. It's like watching golf. To me, and trivia. I like faster paced trivia. Just something where it's a little more rapid fire, and other than just them taking forever. So I just don't find the game show that interesting as a concept. So I would have said no.
But with that, assuming Jordan said yes, I'm going to put
yes.
He said yes.
Yeah. But Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is going to make the list. But I mean, just to buy time before Jordan takes a bit to get back here.
My aunt was on the game show, but I'm not going to bring that game show up because there's no way it's making a list.
Well,
but it was, yeah. But my aunt Oh, sorry. Go on.
But yeah, no, it's best. So it's like I kind of get what Austin is saying though, because quite often it'll be like you'll be in the middle asking this question. It's like we'll find out the answer after the break.
Can't stand that shit. They
But-
just take forever.
Yeah,
Oh, here's
StreamYard
the
crapped out on me.
Here's
Sorry,
the $50,000 question. Let me sit here staring at the thing for 3 minutes. Like, do something. Like, this is a TV show. Like,
But
move,
watching that
let's go.
documentary of that one British dude who cheated, that was so funny.
Yeah, but Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Well, it's how they hook
list.
people and get viewers continuing to watch. So
yeah.
Jonathan, what is the next show you're going to bring up?
Interesting. Okay.
We've got 3 spots left.
You know what? I'm going to do something very controversial. I didn't think it's going to break the show. A show that basically, you can argue is a game show. You can argue it's not. It's also what airs on primetime. It's very different than others. I don't know. It's like basically, and I kind of low-key mention it, basically, I don't know, you might disqualify it or not, but I'm going to go my Hail Mary and basically how this is going to pull this off. So, going to pick a game show that, funny enough, a year after Who Wants to Be a Millionaire came out, beat in a ratings basically, will make a surprise hit. And I'm going to pick the one from CBS and nearly its 50th season up until this point, and I'm picking Survivor. And I'm going to pick it.
Not a game show.
Malcolm disqualified others in the chat.
yeah,
I've even said in the
Because so it's
Jason in
a
the
partial
chat,
reality
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
so-
And also the last half of the Survivor series, they're all actors now. You can't actually get on the show anymore.
yeah, right.
it's like Amazing Race. It's all celebrities now. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to test it out, see how it works. But all right. I'll just
so yeah, because you go for something else, Tom.
okay. Don't worry, I got a second one. Don't worry about that. Scratch the things exclude what I said 30 seconds ago. Scratch that. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick one of the old guards game shows brought it up. One of the Phil 4 that Richard brought up, and to see how for many iterations as many generational ones. And basically, I'm gonna pick Family Feud. And the reason I picked the Family Feud because it's very generational by any different incarnation you watch. It's from Richard Dawson to Wade Combs to Louis Anderson to Richard Kahn, John Hurley to right now with Steve Harvey. So basically, every watch like Family Feud, it always brings like a really different dynamic of any iteration you watch. And it's very generational for everyone to watch. It brings like iteration wants to compete with it. It has different type of themes of it along with it, every Family Feud incarnation. So I'm going to pick one of the old guards, but still a little bit Family Feud.
Jordan, what do you say about Family Feud?
So this one's tough for me because it's kind of on the borderline of ones that I wouldn't bring up, but like maybe would say yes because like the only host I really care for, the only host that matters to me is Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is made for that show. He is great. He is fantastic. And some of the other hosts are just creepy and weird. Richard Dawson was the creepiest host going around like kissing women and just he's a weirdo.
Well, that's the time that people lived in. That was the time. Everyone
Yeah,
that was
right.
accepted. What it was accepted back then is really not accepted now. But in the time, it was accepted.
Doesn't make it any less creepy. He's kissing the teenage daughters. That's weird.
Yeah, the teenage daughters. Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
But, and then I didn't really even find Richard Karn very entertaining. I mean, I kind of like John O'Hurley. I think he kind of has a voice to be a host. So I mean, I like that. But it is a show that you want to be on, and you feel like you could play and you could be a part of and be able to compete. But I might regret this decision. I'm going to give it a slight no, even though I love Family Feud. But I have so many other shows that are higher. But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I won't be mad at all if it makes it because I really do like it. But it's a very slight no.
Yeah, Family Feud is one of those ones that I've kind of watched, like on and off. This is another one I've probably watched videos of the WWE superstars playing it.
Yeah.
It's also got some very iconic clips as well, especially the
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob.
Naked grandma!
Naked, huh?
Yes. That's one of the best ones.
But yeah, it's one of those ones that is definitely one that I do like enough, and I even the New Zealand version, which is quite fun with Di Henwood as the host. But yeah, it's going to be yes for me. I don't have any reason to hate it. Austin, what do you say about Family Feud?
Double Dare's a better version of Family Feud, so no.
Richard, what do you say about Family Feud?
There is a reason why I didn't bring it up in my next pick because I made that comment, but it likely it's up to me. I'm saying yes. Family Feud is just too iconic. You can't not have Family Feud on here.
Okay, good. I don't want to be the reason why it didn't make it because I was like really borderline.
There was a reason why I didn't bring it up after when I said that comment. I was like, I'm going to wait till people might forget that comment.
Yeah.
Damn, there's some shitty game shows on this top 12 list.
Hey.
Man.
Hey.
Yeah, the fact that Guts didn't make it on here. Better than Double Dare.
Nah.
But anyway, Family Feud is going to make the list. Jordan, what is the next one you're going to bring up?
Hang on, let me go to my list here because, which way to go? Because there's one I want to bring up, but I just don't know if people are going to be like, it's kind of not a game show, but it kind of is. But so I'll go with a different one that's like a really obscure one, but in the best way possible. Though that like I think if you saw it, that like there's no way you're not going to like it, other than the fact that it's like dubbed from another language. But I'm going to go with it's called Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. And that show is just so freaking good. It's based on a Japanese game show called Tadeki's Castle, and it has really like fun and just cool, interesting writing. The like jokes really hit the like way that they like bring up just like crazy insults and crazy things, and it's just kind of like the Japanese version of like a Wipeout, but they're doing kind of maybe even like slightly like lower like budget maybe, but they got obstacles they're climbing up with like baby oil, and then it's all slippery and like different things are getting knocked into the water and the mud and all that stuff. But I think that's a lot of fun, and yeah, so I'll say Most Extreme Elimination Challenge or MXC if you ever caught it on like syndication, because it actually aired in the US like quite a decent amount actually. So
yeah, I've never seen them, so I've never heard of it. I can't really say it's awesome.
It's not a game show. It's a comedy show. The version you're talking about is a comedy show. It was dumb. It was just the people on Takeshi's Castle were competing. The Most Extreme Elimination Challenge you were talking about is not a game show you could be on or audition for, or even we didn't even know the prizes. We didn't see a conclusion. It was just a series of clips that they overdubbed to make jokes. Like it was a comedy show. It wasn't even a game show. So no, this is a hard no. I'll watch it. I like the show, but like it's not even a game show. It's a comedy show. So no.
It's more of like a spoof of a game show kind of thing, yeah. But
Richard, what do you say about Most Extreme Elimination?
If they made that show in America, I would totally watch it, and it probably would have been on my list. But it's not an actual show. Like it's not even what they're really saying. It's it's not real. Like it wasn't like what they were saying was real. The idea, like the game show in Japan was real, but like just not that show.
Did I change my thing to Tadeki's Castle? What that?
You've never seen the original Takeshi's Castle. No, you haven't.
I watched like one just to kind of prep for this. That's it.
Anyway, Jonathan, what do you say about Most Extreme Eliminations?
The funny thing, MXC is my final line. They say to the players, "Don't get eliminated."
Yeah.
Basically, that's always thoughts up.
And we failed. We eliminated him.
Yes. And basically, no. I'm sorry, but no. But It's
I
a
mean,
cool-
only good thing that came. I mean, the good thing came from the show. We got Fall Guys as a game. That's basically what that game was.
Well,
yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm almost certain my next pick's not going to get on just because I don't know how many people have heard of it. But at this point, a lot of the big ones I just haven't seen a lot of. So I'm gonna try it because if anything, it's going to just highlight another game show that's out there. But I'm bringing up a show called Pointless because basically it's one of those game shows which I always found fun to watch. And basically, the object of the game is they'll have a top, like it could be movies to read by Martin Scorsese or something like that, and their goal is to pick the most obscure answer that is on the board. If the most obscure answer, if it's on, because I think they give like about they go for the 10 most obscure or something, and then they get points in that. But it's a fun trivia show I like. But yeah, Austin, have you heard of Pointless?
No, it doesn't air here. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I just looked. You can watch it on BritBox, that British streaming service that nobody has.
My mom has it, but that's it. It's the only person I know.
Yeah, middle-aged women have it. I'm sorry, I'll take my answer. Nobody else.
Richard, what do you say about Pointless?
I never heard of it.
Jonathan, do you have BritBox and have you heard?
Sort of, but still no. I never heard of it or watched it. Sorry, Malcolm.
As I said, like I was almost certain this was going to be the result, but it's just I thought I'd highlight it anyway. But Jordan, have you watched it on your mum's BritBox?
No. Like she lives like hours away from me, so no. But it sounds like an interesting concept, but I've never seen it, so I'll have to say no.
Austin, what's the next show you're going to bring up?
Jesus Christ, it was two spots left, and we don't have Jeopardy on the list yet. We're gonna get lynched. Jeopardy, my God, just Jeopardy. The longest running, most well-known, iconic game show of all time. For God's sakes, there's 2 spots left, people. Quit trying to get Pointless on the list, and let's get Jeopardy on there before the show's over. Jeopardy.
Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
I'll be the voice of reason on this show. Please, for God's sakes, 2 spots left. Put Jeopardy on the list.
Richard, what do you say about Jeopardy?
Like, it's going to be a yes for me. The only reason I haven't brought it up, because out of the big 4, I call it, it was my least favorite. Like, I love Alex Trebek. He's the most iconic game show host of all time. It just, I don't know. The form of the question really bugged me as a kid. Like, having to say, who is this? What is that? Like, I mean, it's a fun show. I love all the shows. It's very iconic. It's yes. I mean, I think as an adult, I appreciate it more than I was as a kid. Like, I don't know. I was very simple at the time. But yeah, it's a yes for me.
Jonathan, what do you say about Jeopardy?
Yes, it really is. Like, even if I were to compete Jeopardy in real life, I would get like negative something points. But it would be sort of like the awesome game show too.
Well, you just have to become a celebrity, and all those questions are super easy.
Yeah, right. They dumb them down for celebrities.
Oh yeah, if that was easy, how come Wolf Blitzer didn't get more points? Just saying.
Because Wolf Blitzer is not as smart as people think he is.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult to figure out.
Yep.
and Andy Richter proved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes to Jeopardy, and yeah, 2 spots left. Let's just burn it off and moving on.
But Jordan, what do you say about Jeopardy?
Well, this is one of the ones that's an absolute no for me. I hate Jeopardy. I can't stand it. I think Alex Trebek is a great host. He's an icon, and I watched the documentary about him, and he's done a lot for the game show. But the thing is, though, like the show's not accessible. You have to be like a Mensa level like genius to be able to answer any of those questions and do it in the form of a question, because you're not really answering. You're giving the question, and then he's giving you the answers beforehand, and it's just like some of these categories are just off the wall for like people that have graduated Harvard and like shit like that, and it's just like, no, that doesn't appeal to me. I'm not going to sit there and be bored to tears and bored to death out of my mind watching this thing. I've never liked it. Jeopardy. It's just I just don't get it. Like, I don't get why it ran for so long. Probably because of Alex Trebek. he probably carried it, honestly. But I mean, it's just boring. It's just a snooze fest. So no.
You mean categories like?
I'll take swords for 400.
It's actually not swords, sir.
Yeah,
but
put some sport categories in there.
So I think Jeopardy's already made it because it's already got 3. Yeah, the only reason I didn't bring it up is it's just I've just never seen it. I've seen the SNL skits a lot more than I've seen the actual show.
Watch it before bed. Will put you right to sleep.
I mean, I've seen some clips from actual Jeopardy as well.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire will put you to sleep while they wait to answer the question for 5 minutes. At least Jeopardy, they're answering questions every 10 seconds.
Yes,
It's a commercial break. They got to get paid somehow.
I mean, it's one of those ones like as I said earlier. I mean, as I said earlier, I really enjoy trivia game shows. I probably would enjoy Jeopardy.
For the guy who's always saying baseball is so boring to watch, Jordan, and it needs like clocks to speed it up, you sure do love a millionaire trivia show where they can take 10 minutes to answer a question and just
baseball
stretch it out.
First of all, baseball is not boring.
Stretch
It
it
is
out.
the best sport in the world. How dare you?
They have a speed round, and like the first few rounds go pretty fast. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because they're asking like, what planet do we live on right now? Oh, gee, I wonder. That's dumb.
I mean,
Yeah, they're not answering, but they're not asking what like element on the periodical table is the square root of whatever like thing that's like way like above like anything I would ever know in my entire life.
No,
No,
for the $1
they're
million
not asking
question.
that.
What are you talking about? Of course they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like it's for the reason I like trivia
In
shows.
quantum
It's,
physics,
for what
what is the
Jonathan
jet
said,
propulsion of the NASA space rocket? It's like no.
there's
Thanks.
pretty much what Jonathan said earlier in the chat. Like, if you learn something every episode, it's like and yeah. So it's probably going to be a show that if I ever actually sit down and watch, I'm going to enjoy. And some of the contestants that have won Jeopardy, like Ken Jennings, Brad Rutter, and all that, they're actually some of the chasers on the American Chase, which is
really.
Well, it makes sense. Yeah, that James guy who was like won like over $1 million or whatever his name was. Yeah, that guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Jeopardy was going to come up much earlier. I was going to be playing more of those celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that just shows I'm not that smart then, because I get like 3 questions right an episode. That's it,
Bro. It's not that difficult trivia. It's pretty basic shit, like general trivia. I can get at least half of them right every time I watch Jeopardy. It's not that hard.
I mean, it's one of those ones like I don't consider myself a smart.
That's why they have levels. There's $200, $400. They get progressively more difficult.
They can get some of the 200 ones.
Yeah, it's not all impossible.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got one spot left now. Richard, what are you going to bring up?
I don't know if this is going to get on here, but this was the one game show I always wanted to get on because for me, I thought this was the easiest way to get money. But it's a game show that doesn't involve skill, but luck. I'm going with Deal or No Deal. I love Howie Mandel as the host. I love the concept. You have to pick briefcases and to eliminate, the lower choices. Again, I understand this game show might not get on here, but like it was so much fun. You could win so much money, and the banker. You always want to beat the banker, and when unfortunately, if you ever hit that million, it like breaks your heart. But I'm going with Deal or No Deal.
Jonathan, what do you say about Deal or No Deal?
I'm very tempted to say it, that Deal No Deal I never watched a lot of episodes when it came out, though, to be honest with you. And I know the episodes I watch, I do enjoy them, to be fair, but I will give it a 10 of a no, though. I thought there was other game show will deserve it that final spot.
Jordan, what do you say about Deal or No Deal?
You know what? Like, I actually really like Deal or No Deal quite a bit. I like the Howie Mandel as the host. And, I mean, Richard kind of looks like the banker up there when he's in the shadows like that. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, and it's fun. Like, it's just luck, but I mean, it's it's still fun when I go to like the arcade. One of the first games I go play the Deal or No Deal game. Like I think it's fun, and I mean, I'm gonna way more so yes to that than bring up some of the mental goofy ones that I have on here, like the Mental Samurai, Dog Eat Dog, Russian Roulette, The Hustler. Yeah, so like all that stuff. So in light of that and like getting a bunch of no's for that, I'm gonna say yes to Deal or No Deal.
I've got to say on that list, I've not heard of any of them.
Well, I'll tell you off air like which ones are awesome, and you should check out.
But that being said, Deal or No Deal is another one of those ones that I'm familiar with, I've heard of. I just never really watched a lot of it. But it's also one of those ones like I also know that the other ones I've got on my list probably don't have much of a chance either. So I'm going to give a tentative yes, just because it's something different to what we've already got on this list. Austin, what do you say about Deal or No Deal?
No, that show's lame. That show's lame as shit, bro. There's zero skill involved at all. It's all dumb luck with a lot of dumb people who don't know when to quit and don't know odds.
Exactly, but however, Austin, wouldn't you love to go on the show to win that money?
Hell
Yeah,
no.
right.
No, like that's you know that Howie Mandel makes up the names of the women because he can't remember them. Like he just says random women's
Yeah.
names because he can't. And they just go, "Oh yeah, that's me." Like it's overplayed as shit. I don't find it terribly exciting. You're pressing a button, one or the other. No.
Jonathan, did you say yes or no to
No,
Deal or
I said no.
Yes.
No, I said no.
You said no? Oh, okay. That's just a yes.
We still have
All right, then
yeses.
didn't make the list.
But yeah, which means
Oh.
it doesn't make the list.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what did you say, Mark? I thought you said yes.
He did.
Oh,
It's
I
on the
said-
list.
I-
Holy shit! It's
Oh.
on. They said it's on the list.
You said it doesn't make the list.
No,
It's me.
I said yes, but Jonathan said no.
But Jordan said yes,
I said yes.
and I'm the one who brought it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Honestly, I kind of wish I didn't mention it because as soon as Jordan said a game show, it made me think of another game show I would have rather had on the list instead of that.
But
There's a couple,
Deal or
like-
No Deal is going to make
Yeah,
the list.
I would have said I would have brought up 1 versus 100. I love that game show, and I forgot about that one.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah.
But that does bring us to the
Damn it.
end of this. Jonathan, what are some honorable mentions that you had?
Some honorable mentions I would have brought up. Match Game is one, the other basically. Car Sharks is a very interesting one, and the other game show I would have brought up another Nickelodeon one, maybe Figure It Out. One of my favorites there, along with Guts.
I never considered that a game show because it wasn't like there was celebrities being kind of like contestants, and it was just they weren't. You just try to figure out the kid's talent.
I know, but the kid was the contestant. That was the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
the celebrities were the
No,
contestants.
the kid was
Oh.
the one winning the prizes, and they had
Oh.
celebrity panelists. It was absolutely a game show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would.
I would have brought it up.
I mean, let's face it, every show I've brought up has had the celebrity involved.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I forgot. I loved that show as a kid too. I would have said yes to that then, because I would have brought that. Yeah. Damn it.
All right. Let me see. I think another one. I know there's one more. I just missing. It was that, and probably. I feel like there was one more I started missing. But maybe Newlywed Game. Probably another one, and $100 million pyramid. And that's what I've come up with it so far. Maybe I might brought it up again. So I'll let you guys explain it.
But Jordan, what are some of your one season?
Well, to only bring up just a few because I want to give just a one sentence synopsis of some of these. So the Mental Samurai that I brought up, it was hosted by Rob Lowe. They put people in this wacky kind of like a carnival ride that spins you around in different directions upside down, and you have to answer trivia questions while you're flying all over the place. I just thought that it was really entertaining. So they got that one. Then Dog Eat Dog was one that was hosted by Brooke Burke, who's one of the hottest models out there, and it's kind of like they're just doing kind of Fear Factor type challenge. All the physical challenge, not the eating ones, but the physical ones. They do it in a studio, a lot of swimming, unlocking things, and you're way up high, that kind of stuff. And then I would have gone with The Floor also for a recent one. I really like Rob Lowe. I think he's a really great game show host. When he's talking to you, he looks you right in the eyes, like you're really having like a one-on-one conversation, like he really cares. So I like that. And then I probably would have. I brought up Win Ben Stein's Money, but we didn't get to it. And then I'll bring up Russian Roulette, which is another Mark Wahlberg one where like the answer trivia question, and then if you were the last one, and they like dropped you, like the floor just like moved out from under you, and they dropped you into like a pit, and nobody knows where the people went. They just went under the ground somewhere, and that was it. So they went down to the furnace or whatever, like Willy Wonka. So yeah, those are some of mine. Yeah, there's nothing really too much else worth bringing up. So
Yeah. For me, something I want to mention here. The first one I will mention, it came up on a few lists of game shows, but it's one that I didn't bring up because I don't fully consider it a game show. But it's Whose Line Is It Anyway? Because that came up on a few lists, but it's just one that I didn't bring it up because I just didn't think it.
I don't consider it a game show. That's a comedy show.
Yeah, no.
Show. More improv, basically.
Yeah, no.
like Austin kind of said before, you said the points don't matter. So I mean, it's not a game.
It's not a game show.
Yeah, no, it's why I left it off. I only to mention and honorable mentions anyway. But I really always enjoy the yearly Big Fat Quizzes of the Year that is hosted by Jimmy Carr. Also, another Jane Lynch one, Hollywood Game Night. I thought was a lot of fun.
That was the other one I was thinking of. Thank God you brought that up. I forgot about that.
I almost brought up that one too because they're like competing in like a makeshift living room doing cool stuff.
Yeah, and the last one I'll bring up, which is probably a lesser known one, but it's one that the lesser known short-lived one. I think it's also Howie Mandel. If I think about it, it's a Netflix one called Bullshit, the game show, where the aim of the game is to try and bullshit your way and make people believe that what you're saying is true, and that is the answer to the question. But yeah. But also, what are some honorable mentions that you had?
Let's Make a Deal is the better version of Deal or No Deal that should be on this list. It's the much better, faster paced, somewhat skillful version of Deal or No Deal that should replace it. Supermarket Sweep is better than half the games on here, especially as a guy who works at a grocery store. Supermarket Sweep rules.
My aunt was on that game show. That was the one my aunt was on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pyramid. Yeah, I would say yes to. Card Sharks is pretty awesome. That's a good show. The Newlywed Game, just because it's classic and it's classic format that people still play to this day. Cash Cab is pretty great. I would have gone for if somebody would say Cash Cab. And then Win Ben Stein's Money. Yeah, because that show back when Jimmy Kimmel was funny and it was a really good show.
Back when he was actually funny.
Yeah.
And does anyone remember that show Shop Till You Drop? That's another one where they're in like a big mall. Like
that show was okay. I'd watch it, but it was always in the block of better game shows to me.
Yeah.
It was on after Supermarket Sweep, which was the superior show to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the much one of those I don't get.
You went underwater, Malcolm.
Yeah, you went underwater. I couldn't hear what you said. Yeah.
I was about to yeah, I don't think Supermarket Sweep ever aired in New Zealand. I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it on some list when I was researching it. It was like, it's just, I didn't put it on my list because I've never...
What, you said Supermarket Sweep?
Yeah.
Oh, just go online and watch the actual sweeps, like when they're running through the grocery store. The idea is just to, get as much,
have full episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, grab like as much groceries as you can for as much money as you can. Yeah, and like in like 3 minutes, it's great. It's awesome. Just rating all the sections is great. It's awesome. Yeah.
You got second place.
Yeah. Anyways,
but I was gonna say, I just don't watch the remake hosted by Leslie Jones because she is a god awful host.
No, she's terrible.
Like not good. Yeah. But anyways.
Richard, what is some honorable mentions you had?
Well, besides the ones they brought up, I was going to bring up Supermarket Sweep because my aunt was on it. I just didn't think enough people would have watched or cared for it. But I really wish, instead of I said Deal or No Deal, I would have said 1 versus 100. I love that game show. I just completely forgot about it. I thought about Minute to Win It. Minute to Win It was always kind of the basic one, but Guy Fieri is kind of the annoying host. But I would probably wouldn't have made it on there.
Kind of douchebaggy. Yeah.
And then Chopped was another one I thought about, but like that might have, because it was different contestants every episode, but it kind of had that reality too. That's why I didn't bring that up. And I also would have brought up Let's Make a Deal.
You know what? I'm curious.
And Catch 21.
Yeah.
Now, here's another one I just brought up. The more I think about it, how about your fans? Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
That Foxworthy got kind of annoying as a host. honestly.
Kind of got annoying, but it's fun competing against kids. I think that's a cool spin on it.
And some that came up in the chat. I'll try and bring up the ones that haven't been mentioned. Brian brought up Match Game. He also brought up something called Inside the Box.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Jonathan
Canadian
mentioned Fear Factor, which I'm not a big fan of. Like,
I was
there
this close to
one
bringing
that-
up Fear Factor, but I thought maybe people would be like, it's not a game show or something.
I was tempted, like maybe American Gladiators, technically, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, but he also then Brian brought up To Tell the Truth, a Canadian show called Battle of the Generations.
I don't know what that is.
He also brought up Lingo, which is basically
Oh,
Wordle the game show.
We're like a game show network. I like that one.
And then name that tune. It was a lot of fun. But it's time to vote on this. Just to recap what we've got on the list. We've got the Chase. So get to the top. We've got Legends of the Hidden Temple, Price is Right, The Chase, Prestige Lark, Wheel of Fortune, Hollywood Celebrity Squares, Where in the World is Coming to San Diego, Ricus Link, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Family Feud, Jeopardy, and Deal or No Deal. Austin, what do you have at 12?
A game show that requires no skill, Deal or No Deal.
Richard, what do you have for 12?
I also have Deal or No Deal.
But I thought you guys loved Deal or No Deal.
I do.
What's the deal?
Yeah.
Jonathan, what do you have?
What is the deal, you guys?
Hold on. Sorry.
Should have had Jerry Seinfeld host that.
Hey. Okay. I got it now. My marker's working now. Okay.
You can just
You can just say it. Man, but you guys are just love it. The final spot, and you're just voting it out immediately. This is amazing.
I said no on it.
Jordan, what do you have for 12?
I have the show that takes a little too much brain power. Jeopardy.
You're gonna be waiting a while for that one, brother.
I mean, I love Deal or No Deal, but I love the other ones I've seen more. So, but Deal or No Deal is going to be at 12.
Or No Deal.
This is gonna be tough. Okay.
But you should check out Deal or No Deal Island. It's actually pretty interesting. They combine like Survivor. It's currently the highest rated thing Peacock has right now.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
I'm just not gonna write down since I'm first. It's too long of a word. My choice is gonna be Where in the World is Carmen San Diego. I'm not writing that whole thing out.
Jonathan, what do you have for 11?
I just wrote Carmen, so.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Jordan.
I just kept Jeopardy.
I forgot to actually write something down, but I'm just going to slightly go Prestige Lark. Austin.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
But it is going to be Where in the World is Coming to San Diego.
Oh, man. Shows rules.
That sounds awesome. I will give it that.
Yeah.
All right, so it's between the four of us because Jeopardy's going to be in the top 3. So, yeah. All right, so
unless someone comes to their senses and realizes it's a boring ass show.
No, it's one of the big 4. Hell no, no, absolutely not.
But do you personally enjoy it?
Yes, I enjoy Jeopardy.
Okay.
It's a good show.
Okay.
Yes, my dad was almost on Jeopardy. Yes, I like Jeopardy.
Okay.
We watch it every night at dinner. I like Jeopardy.
Okay, just making sure you're not doing it just because it was on for.
Well, I mean,
40
do you think Austin would have said yes to it if he didn't like it?
I've said no to shit I don't like on the show.
It was on for 40 years because people watched it for 40 years.
Yeah, right.
Some people just have their longevity glasses on.
There was a whole big internet stink about the new host. Like it was, a huge debate. So yeah. People care. People care.
Yeah, Jaffa Coogan loves that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Oh, Sorry, I was all like, I wrote the chase.
Yes, people in the room talking. Yeah, exactly. No, that's not why. But
Jordan needs more explosions in his game show. Apparently.
yeah.
Hashtag Jordan hates the movie Trivia Schmodown.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Fear
Jordan, what do you
factor,
have?
more explosion.
What do you have at 10?
He had the chase.
I had the chase.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, I was asking Jordan then.
Oh, well, Jeopardy. Yeah.
Actually, I didn't need to ask that.
Yeah.
Austin.
Millionaire.
Richard.
Man, me and Jordan are. I mean, not Jordan. Me and I also said the chase.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I need to see what.
But I do have a rule though. I only vote for something 3 times in a row before I change my answer.
This one's tougher now.
Yeah, it's looking tougher.
Jordan, what do you have for 9?
I'll just say because I haven't written anything down yet. I'll say Press Your Luck.
Sticking with Fishy Luck.
Really?
Austin.
Weakest link.
Richard.
I went with Hollywood Squares.
And Jonathan.
I wrote Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That is going to be Fishy Luck.
Okay.
Oh, fudge. I forgot about one. I should have voted for it earlier.
But anyway, I'm going for. I just quickly wrote words. I put Legends of the Hidden Temple. Austin.
Weakest link.
Richard.
I said Hollywood Squares.
Jonathan.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
You guys are out of your
fucking mind.
Yeah.
Out of your mind.
Jordan.
I had Wheel of Fortune.
But Legends of the
Dude,
Hidden
Legends
Temple
is better than half the shit on this list, like easily.
Like the best thing on this list.
Yeah,
really.
it might be one of the best things on this list. Legends is rules. Legends is one of the most exciting games.
Legends should have been at least 4 or 5.
But y'all are lame, so you know.
You all know you'd rather be on Legend over any of these game shows.
Yeah, Legends is the one you want to be on more than anything.
I'm
ever.
sorry. It's hard for me. I actually do like Legends. To be fair, I actually do like Legends, but I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, I would go for the chase over Legends.
Yeah. That makes sense for you. Yeah.
I mean, at my size, I don't think I'll be able to do the physical stuff.
Bro, me at like my peak at like 14 years old, bro, I'd kill that temple. Holy shit.
Same here,
dude.
yeah, like
dude, I would
15,
rule
16,
at my
come on.
show. I was like bigger than everybody at 14. Like I was muscled up, dude.
I probably would have
killed
punched
that
the guy in the thing when you're trying to do the maze because he would try to grab me up.
But Austin, what do you have?
Punched out one of the temple guards.
Switch it to Hollywood Squares.
Richard.
I switched it to Millionaire.
Come on, guys. Go vibe with me. Come on.
I wrote Real Fortune.
Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wheel of Fortune. Boom.
I also put Hollywood Squares.
Oh, so we have a tie.
I'm switching my vote to Hollywood Square. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But so Austin, because we are tied between Hollywood Squares and Real Fortune, which one are you going to?
No, it goes to.
No, it's between me.
And he said he'll go Hollywood. He said
I go Hollywood.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I got confused because
No,
I got confused for a second.
no, it was Richard's tiebreaker, and he said Hollywood.
Yeah.
Could we say what is left now?
Yeah.
What we've got: The Price is Right, Real Fortune, The Weakest Link, Family Feud, and Jeopardy.
And Millionaire.
And Millionaire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Millionaire. Richard, what do you have for 6?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Jonathan.
The Weakest Link.
Jordan.
Wheel of Fortune.
I also went Wheel of Fortune. Austin.
Millionaire.
So, Jonathan, Millionaire or Wheel of Fortune? Which one is 6?
Okay. Let's just say this. Wheel of Fortune.
I'm about to quit the stream.
It's boring. It's been on too long. It's time for its run to be done.
No.
I mean,
Pat Sajak isn't even hosting anymore.
No, they just need a new chick who's like younger. Let's get Sydney Sweeney on that show. People start watching again.
Yeah, there you go. Y'all watch it for that. Yeah, sure. Get some excitement back in it.
or somebody. Well, Sydney Sweeney's hot in Hollywood. Right now. Get Kate Upton. She's not doing anything right now.
Yeah.
Get her bouncing around by the
Well,
letters.
does Vanna White have a daughter or something?
Isn't Keenan hosting Wheel of Fortune now or something?
I think it's supposed to be Ryan Seacrest.
I don't watch that show. I haven't watched it for 10 years. It's boring.
All right, got it.
Oh yeah, Ryan Seacrest. You're right. I think he was announced as like the new host. Yeah.
But he hasn't. It's still Patrick Stajak right now, though, till the new host.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, what do you have for 5?
Millionaire.
Jordan.
I have Jeopardy.
That's still not happening.
Not happening.
Austin.
Why?
Because
Millionaire.
It's the greatest trivia show. That's why.
There's about 15 better ones on my list.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune was one of them, and you put them on the freaking.
So it's not trivia.
It kind of is, especially with solving the phrase.
It's word puzzle.
All right, so what's left? Price is Right, Weakest Link, Family Feud, Jeopardy.
Yep.
There's a clear, obvious top 2 here, and I hope you guys agree. I know other than Jordan, but everybody else with sanity should agree there's a clear top 2 here.
Yeah.
The top one.
The other 2 doesn't really matter as far as
is.
order-wise, but the top 2 is pretty clear.
All right. I'm 2 minds on this, but here you go.
But Jordan, what do you have for 4?
Jeopardy. Same.
This is probably one of the ones that Austin was alluding to, but just because I've never really sat down to watch it, The Price is Right. Austin.
The Weakest Link.
And Richard.
Weakest Link.
We're going
All the Weakest Link.
Okay.
And we have one more person who hasn't revealed their answer yet.
Yes.
Jonathan.
Come on, Jonathan.
Going for a tie.
Unless it's a tie.
Are you fucking serious, Jonathan?
Wait,
what's wrong with you, bro?
He said Jeopardy.
I said
Ooh.
Dude.
Ooh.
Which means the tie.
Jonathan, have you lost it? Like, seriously?
No, he's smart. He knows when a show has gone way past its time and it needs to be done.
And it's to me, and I'm not going to put through another show that I've just never seen much of, and I at least enjoy the parodies of. Yeah, so I'm going to put a show I actually like a little bit, but this is going to be what I'm going to put it for.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, come on, Malcolm. You even brought up the Weakest Link.
God, thank God.
Yeah, but it's also one of those shows.
You better gain some sanity, Jonathan, real quick for this next round.
You said ideal top 2.
You're fine.
I don't know which 2 I had in mind.
All right.
Don't let anyone tell you you're not right. Don't let anyone tell you you're not smart either.
I didn't say that. You said that. So what are you saying, Jordan? I didn't say anything I didn't say anything of the sort. Sanity has nothing to do with smartness. There's a lot of insane people that are pretty intelligent.
Well, don't let them call you crazy then.
But anyway, Austin, what do you have for number 3?
Family Feud.
Richard.
Family Feud.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you for some sanity.
Jonathan.
I want to trust my analytical mind. Jeopardy.
Jordan.
Jeopardy.
Oh my god.
Hold on, Malcolm.
Which
The right
means the tie's going to end up having to be any.
Come on, Malcolm. Right thing. Marcus, yours.
Which means at 3 is going to be.
Oh my god! All right.
Little.
Now, 1 or 2 is personal preference, but I'm happy with either way it goes.
Yeah.
So people have a hard on for Jeopardy. I don't get it. It's like, jeez.
So this is where you're voting for number 1.
You vote for number 1 now out of Price is Right Jeopardy. Yes.
Should have been Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. Okay.
I'm happy with these 2 being the final 2. I'm just saying, like that out of the last ones, this is the proper final 2. I'll just say that. Like whether or not which one gets on top, it doesn't really matter. It's more personal preference. But
yeah,
you just watched those shows because they were on. That's the only reason.
So you don't watch TV when it's on? Like that makes no sense, Jordan. What are you talking about?
No, I actually pick what I want to watch. I don't just turn it on and leave it on whatever channel pops up on the screen.
That might actually be true, Jonathan. But Austin, what do you have as number 1?
Price is Right, greatest game show
ever. Richard.
I also have The Price is Right.
Jonathan.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan.
The Price is Right. I don't think too many people want to hear me yodel, but there you go.
For me, this was interesting because I haven't seen the proper versions of either of these, but I just picked the one I would most like to be on, and that's actually Jeopardy.
Oh.
But
But probably for me, it's because if I were to be on Jeopardy, I'd get absolutely decimated. I'd be the laughing stock. So that's why I don't like it. But, but The Price is Right. I could do it like pretty well, I think.
But anyway,
that's what you think, because I'll be right next to you, and I'll just say $1 every time,
Yeah.
or I'll go
like
blank 01.
Yeah.
But anyway, our top shelf TV game shows. At 12, we've got Deal or No Deal. At 11, we've got Where in the World is Coming San Diego. At 10, we've got The Chase.
No, we're counting it down.
At 9, we've got Press Your Luck. At 8, we've got Legends of the Hidden Temple. At 7,
Don't worry, you won't get copyrighted for this, Malcolm. It's like a 60-year-old Swiss yodeling song. You're not going to get copyrighted for that.
At 6, we've got Wheel of Fortune.
And that's where it hurts right there.
At 5, we've got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. At 4, we've got The Weakest Link. At 3, we've got Family Feud. At 2, we've got Jeopardy. And number 1 is The Price is Right.
What hurts is that Double Dare didn't even make the effing list.
Yeah, that hurts bad.
Yeah, I know.
I'm okay with it.
This is even
Please, God, take me now.
But
I'm going home and putting a gun in my mouth. Good night.
Yeah.
The question is, did you have it? Do you have the gun?
with that brings us to the end of
got the guts to
another
episode
Jeopardy. of Rankum. Next week, it looks like I'm going to finally be binging Buffy this week because it's top 12 Buffy the Vampire Slayer episodes.
Ooh,
that on the poll.
You have Chad and Carrie on that one.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I've got the panel seat for that.
Yeah, nice.
And I'm some of those was like, I don't think I have to ask them because I know they're going to
right.
I know somebody who might be interested. I'd vote for the other one just so I try to spite him, but it was
But also making people follow you online.
You can find myself and Jordan Anderson frequently over on the Movie Hero Network. Top 7 shows on the board. You can choose from tournament fights, tier ranker fights, podcasts about movies, Lonely Marks, Wheel of Movies, Recast, Seen and Heard Trivia, all of the above. Ding, 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 ding. All right, no chance to steal because we named them all.
Yeah, right. Survey says.
The survey says Movie Hero Network. Find us over there. All kinds of stuff going on almost all week. Pick a day. There's probably a show going on. Or you can head into our archives. And we did a game show episode, Jordan, way back when. You can go find that online. Jonathan was on there. We did a tournament fights game show episode, so you can find out and see which one won that tournament fight. Go check that out. We did some wacky stuff for that episode. That was fun. That was way back. I was like, we could do a whole redux of that episode and probably go a different thing with a different panel. So
right
now, you can find us over there. Thanks.
Richard, where can people find you online?
You can find me bouncing around here. I'm everywhere. I've been in a lot of places, but I'm here in LA just chilling. Have to go to work tonight. That's about it.
Like a gummy bear. Remember that show? Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. You're like that.
High adventures that beyond compare. They are the gummy bears.
Yeah.
Jonathan, where can people find you online?
You can find me on X and Instagram, Champet1098. You can find me on Facebook at Jonathan Peck. And basically, want to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Happy Mother's Day.
I do got to get going, guys, but you guys have a good night.
All right, Richard.
Sure, yeah.
All future single mothers, all baby mamas, Happy Mother's Day.
Right.
All in between.
Also, to quote the late Bob Barker, help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
That's right.
That'd be the perfect clip to go out on.
Yeah.
I couldn't find that.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably out there. I just went down a whole rabbit hole of Celebrity Jeopardy, which is why I've got a whole bunch of them. Jordan,
I get it. Yeah.
Jordan, where can people find you on?
So our survey has our survey has Maria Hammond's top 64 favorite movies on Tuesday. And it also has at number 2, best alternate / foreign movie titles for movies. And then that's it, because we're going to be out of town for a little bit. So there won't be a whole lot going on the channel. But when we come back, we'll be doing our TV tier ranker. We'll get back to that. Part 2 of best movies from 2020 to now. So we'll be doing that. And then I also just want to I mentioned, speaking of the trivia, the Seen and Heard movie trivia, we do have a couple things coming up. If you want to sign up, let me know. I mean, I've got a lot of interest in. I'll be doing a monthly the Seen and Heard music trivia. That'll be just a once a month thing, but I'll be playing music from movies and music from TV shows. But it'll be a Patreon only because of copyright. But it's free to play. You don't have to pay for the Patreon if you want to play. You just have to pay at least the $5 tier to watch it if you want to watch it. So, and then we're also doing our certified fresh match will be the next exhibition match. So we'll have a couple coming up pretty soon after me and Austin get back from being out of town next week. And the certified fresh will be all movies that are rated 90% and above on Rotten Tomatoes. So if you'd like to be a part of any of that, then just send me a DM on Facebook, me or Austin. That's probably the best way to do it. So, yeah.
But yeah, and you can find me hosting Rankin every week. Next week is the Vampire State episode. But you can also find me hosting Trivia Metal. We've got a Ghostbusters Formula Random match coming up Sunday. I don't know what else.
You're kind of underwater again, Malcolm. Your
a little bit
really rough. Yeah.
So, don't drown, Malcolm, at the end of the show.
But but also as I announced in the Facebook page last week, if you I'm working on doing like Take 3's top 100 music artists, movies, and TV shows. So if you send me your top 50 lists of each of those to add to the pool, if I get enough, it may be a thing. But if I don't really get a lot of interest, it's probably not going to happen.
So you're looking for like your top 50 music artists? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So it's three different top 100 lists. I'm working at like top 100 music artists.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
top
put
100
together a list.
movies and top 100 TV shows. So if you send me your top 50, because I don't expect you to do top 100s.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Cool. But and then I'm working on something for my own channel. I'm not quite ready to announce it yet, but I will announce it in due time.
Cool.
But yeah, until next time, that is the end of ranking for this. And I'm gonna go out on this. I didn't write literary notes beside the clip, so I don't know what one.
I'll take anal bum cover for $7,000.